How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having an awesome day. Today we're going to look at some more 6-star replays, but let's take a look at the rank. So far we're sitting at number 140 globally, and we are up to number 20 in the United States. Not too shabby. So we're getting a bunch of 6 stars, so I wanted to show you guys, bring you up to speed on the journey. So we're going up against Supreme. We've got a Ground Expo. So whenever I see a Ground Expo, I always try and bring all baby dragons. There's really no use going ground trying to force a ground attack with the Ground Expo. It's just that little bit of extra damage, and more so it's the hit points on the Expo that is more annoying. So I always try and go air. With the Ground Expo, I do try and look and see if there is a spot where I can get really good value from a cannon cart or do a cannon cart lob to try and take out either the air bombs or the Mega Tesla. If not, just all baby dragons, go from there. So ideally you try to end up with at least one baby dragon with an ability, ideally 2 or 3 with one ability. So this second stage is actually going to be pretty tricky. So luckily there is not the greatest layout, and we still have our battle chopper, which is huge. So we're sending in our battle chopper on the left hand side to 1v1 this firecracker. Since there was that Tesla and it got its health reduced, it was no longer going to be able to 1v1 that firecracker before using its ability. So I sent in one baby dragon to assist. Then I always try and bring in one cannon cart to try and snipe down at least one, sometimes even 2 firecrackers on the other side of the base or a tricky portion of the base, and of course out of the range of the multi-mortar. So if those are successful, then you can very easily get a 6-star attack. Very good strategy. I highly recommend using all baby dragons when facing a Ground Expo. So now we'll move on to the next attack for you against Ago or Ago. Here we've got more of a basic, not basic layout, but more of a normal type of base that I usually see. A lot of compartments, the 3 high archer towers, air expo. So coming in with the 3 baby dragons and 3 cannon carts. So the idea behind this is that you can use this strategy if you can get really good value from your battle chopper. Ideally, you want your battle chopper to take out 2 of the defenses that outrange your cannon carts, and then hopefully it can take those out and still get a lot of other trash buildings taken care of so that you don't time fail. If your battle chopper goes down pretty early in the battle, then you will have to be very quick with your cannon carts, and hopefully you don't hit any traps, otherwise you may time fail. But if you are able to get that value, like I say, with the battle chopper, then your other plan is to clear out the trash in front of the other archer towers, and potentially even in front of the lava launcher, then send in 1 baby dragon per archer tower to take it out. Sometimes if the archer towers are easily accessible on the edges of the base, you can swap to 4 packs of archers, but a lot of times there tend to be ground bombs in front of those archer towers, so then you end up wasting a bunch of archers. So it's sort of up to you, if you want to bring a baby dragon or archers and risk it. So once all of the defenses that can outrange the cannon carts are taken down, then it is pretty much smooth sailing from there. I do recommend always keeping the cannon carts on the very edge of their range so that you don't hit any traps when you mostly push traps to get launched into those high DPS buildings like the double cannons and the Teslas and the Mega Tesla for that matter. So we'll speed through the second attack, because if you have 3 of the cannon carts remaining, then you are in a very good spot, and you can do what I normally like to use, which is a ground attack on the second stage. Typically there will be 4 or 5 firecrackers on the second stage. It's a little bit rough, especially adding in the Teslas for the baby dragons to take out. So like there, we did hit a push trap, and we tried to save cannon cart with the hog. It does go down, but we are able to take it out just in time. So if there are any other Teslas, which I don't think there are, we would just have to let that cannon cart go. Sometimes the cannon carts can 1v1 a Tesla, which is nice, but Typically what you're trying to do is destroy all of the cannons and the double cannons from the corners of the base, so that way that your ground hero, the battle machine, can get a lot of value. And then I like to bring in the one baby dragon to take out the zappies, get a nice 6-star there, and I'll show you one more attack to kind of continue going in depth into this strategy, because I use the same strategy on a different base. Again, this one has arch tower and a giant cannon on one portion of the base, so I'm going to send the battle chopper in from that direction. Sometimes you can get the arch tower and the lava launcher, which is nice, or sometimes 2 archer towers, but getting 2 archer towers with the battle chopper is a little tricky. So here we are clearing out the trash buildings in front of the remaining archer towers, and then we'll be sending in one baby dragon on this left archer tower to clear a path for our cannon carts. And then we're trying to clear some of the trash buildings on this right hand side, but there is a pesky lava launcher and we are very, very close to the range, so definitely don't want to risk getting closer. Typically with the lava launcher, if there's a building touching the lava launcher or diagonal from it, you can't really get to it. Like sometimes, like if I inch this cannon cart just barely forward, it might take out the crusher, it might not, so anyways, I send in the first baby dragon, damages the lava launcher most importantly, and hits the archer tower as well, so now we can send in the second baby dragon, just fully take out that section of the base. Now we inch our cannon carts forward, hopefully not hitting any spring traps. And once they're close enough to the giant Tesla, we just pop them into the mortar mode, and we are good from here. So we'll speed up and go into the second stage, second base, and see how I take out this design. So here's a pretty common layout. I've seen it a bunch of times, and everything is maxed out, which is nice. So I always try and take out the double cannon down south, since that does a lot of damage to the battle machine. And then we have a surprise Tesla on the right hand side, and we do have to take out the guard post as well. It does get very, very close. You know, if we had waited one more shot from the archer, we would have lost that cannon cart. Probably would have sent in another cannon cart just to take out this cannon, because then the other cannons down south can take out the crusher as well, while staying out of range of the multi-mortar. Now typically, if we have one cannon cart remaining, we can send it up top to take out the 2 cannons. It's a little bit close on the range, so you have to be very, very careful. And a lot of times there's a Tesla in between those buildings, but surprisingly there's not a Tesla on this version of the layout. We do find a Tesla down south though, but it's out of range of everything else, so our cannon cart is able to 1v1 it. However, we do find another Tesla, and we're unable to 1v1 that one. But we still have that one spare cannon cart that survives, so luckily we can just move it a little bit closer to take out the Tesla and go from there. We take out the corner building with the battle machine. It's always nice to take out the corner building with your battle machine. Helps charge up the ability just a little bit longer, or a little bit sooner, so you can get that 3rd charge ability and you can do a lot of damage. So here we are running out of time, so it is time to deploy the baby dragon regardless of what is around it. So ideally we have the baby dragon ability, takes out almost all the zappies, everything ends on the firecracker. We get a very nice 6-star against MacGyver. So hopefully these replays were helpful for you. I'm going to keep on doing some attacks so I can get a bunch of videos for you for next week. Hopefully try to push up into the diamond bracket and hopefully get into the top 100, maybe even the top 10 in the United States. So if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. We're also closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys very, very much. I believe we're only a few people away. I think like 15 or 10 or less. We might even be over depending when this video comes out. So thank you guys so much for doing that. Much appreciated. And if you want to keep on watching, there are a couple more videos on the screen. Until next time, take care.